We do things not because they're easy, but because they are hard. And my 3-day retreat was hard. I did it out in the woods. I didn't bring enough food. I had enough water. I didn't take a shower in 2 days, which I didn't really care about because I knew that was gonna happen. But it was mostly the food because the freaking. So let me say why I did it. Because I think everyone should go on a retreat of some kind, whether that's, do it in a hotel. You don't have to do it out in the forest. Do it in a hotel. Like, just go there and just think. No technology. Nothing. Like, no computers, no phone. You can go without a phone for 3 days. Do that, and the amount of boredom you will face, especially if you're in a hotel. Like, in the forest, like, there's things to do. You can walk around, you can fucking chop trees and shit, and bring a knife, you can carve shit. But if you do it in a hotel, like, it's just only you. I didn't do it in a hotel. I did it in the woods, in a trail, like a random trail. There was a woods. I did it there. It was hard. I didn't even complete it because I didn't have enough food. It was like, it turned into this thing where I was like, the point of it was to like connect with my vision, like a greater vision for myself, my life. But it turned into this like naked and afraid challenge because, again, I didn't have food. It's hard to think when you're starved, like when you're actually starving and you're doing it on the ground. You smell like shit. You're fucking, everything, the ground is wet because it rained and thunderstormed. It literally was lightning. Like, I was trying to sleep. I was looking up in my tent. It was just a full-on lightning storm. I was like, I was gonna cry myself to sleep. So, why should you do this? Why should you go on a retreat? One, if you feel anxious, worried about the future or the past, depressed, lost, confused, those two are big ones, because big chances are if you feel lost and confused, it's because you aren't aligned with yourself, you aren't connected to your being. You've been living life that's not true to you inauthentically. So you want to connect with what your higher self is trying to say. And that's what solitude does. It's like solitude and direct experience are two of the best teachers. Because your direct experience is what's true. Like, that's where the truth is. Truth is always in your direct experience. And solitude connects you with your higher self. So let's say you're living life, you're experiencing things, you're meeting new people, you're doing new things. You read, and then you take all that information, which is knowledge, and then you take it back to yourself in solitude, and then you can reflect on that, and that's how you gain wisdom. And wisdom is very important. Like I said, you could do the retreat in a hotel. You could do Vipassana, which is basically, you can do Vipassana where you can just sit and meditate. I think it's for like a week. It seems hard enough to retreat. You can do that. You can do, if you're religious, you can do a religious retreat. Like anything that puts you in a space where you can connect with yourself. That's what you want. Bring food, water, those are necessities, like stuff like that, clothes. But most importantly, you have to bring yourself. Like, get into the right mindset. Like, you're here, like, set an intention for it. Whether your intention be, to figure out your values and your principles and, connect with your vision, Whether that be just like you have a problem in your life, like you have a problem with your marriage or your fucking can't pay, or like with your finances, your health. That's the garage. And you need to figure things out. So you stop and then go on the retreat. You connect with the intelligence. All the answers are within you. You connect with that, and you come back and you can handle it better because you're grounded in yourself and in your direct experience. You're grounded in your own energy. And you have to find what matters to you. Like, this isn't, like, when you start this journey, which is the hardest journey you'll ever take, which I'm talking about, like, the journey of spiritual development, self-development, self-actualization, you're gonna be confused a lot because no one's gonna tell you what to do because you've been used to other people telling you what to do, so life has been easy. But when you start to live a life when you want to live the best life you can live and reach your full potential, the whole point is not allowing other people to sway your truth. So you have to listen to yourself. That's what it means to take your own journey. And it's hard. It's much harder like this. Because you can listen to people. It's very easy. And sometimes that is the answer. To go to other people for the answers. But to even find that answer, you have to find the answer within yourself. And that's what it means to be on your own journey. To actually think for yourself. Many people throw this word around like it's... Many people throw this word around like it's fucking hot potato. But like, what does it actually mean to think for yourself? Because you can find people online, you can do that and just spit out what they tell you like it's gospel. But at the same time, what they're saying might be true, but you're still not thinking for yourself. So this is what it means to be on your own journey. And I was reading Carlos Castaneda's book, The Wheel of Time, and in the teaching of it's just a collection of his books, and it's basically he has like a mentor named Don Juan, and he said this thing where like all paths lead nowhere. All paths lead to death. But does that mean you should take the wrong path? No, you should take the path that your heart knows is right. Because that's all you can do. There's nothing else to do. And some of the most successful people and, influential people, visionaries, leaders, people heroes, they always take time for solitude. Like at least once a year they get away, no noise, no external noise, and they connect with their inner world. Most people just spit out garbage. It's absolute garbage and nonsense. Because they're just reverberating what they were told without actually consciously thinking about it. Consciousness is important here. Because if you're not conscious, you receive things unconsciously and cannot actually, filter out what's the wheat from the chaff, what's good and then what's bad. So you just spew out information. That's why you have to be careful who you're listening to. Because if you do it unconsciously, you almost like become them. It's very weird. Well, it's not weird if you actually know what it is, but it's weird. And the best ideas and insights come when you're relaxed. You don't want, like, this is the problem with the busy life. People like never stop You need stillness to create movement, and you need movement to create stillness. You need both. It's a balance. It's a balance between yin and yang. And of course, you don't want to be on one extreme where it's like you have a busy life. Not busy life, but you work all the time. You never have time for, relationships, your family, your health. And then you have the other extreme where it's like you do nothing. You literally are just lazy. You watch TV all day. You distract yourself. So there's like two extremes, and the point of it is to be in the middle. I forgot what it's called, but it's not the middle way. There's another word for it, but the middle way. You want to be balanced. And this requires your conscious awareness and attention. Otherwise, it is human nature to go on each extreme. That's why you must be conscious. And when you are out of the mind, and the mind is never stops. When you are out of the mind and you're grounded in your body, you're relaxed, and you're present, that's where the ideas and the insights and the vision can flow out of you. There's a spiritual connection that you get. It's your higher self. Most people are in their mind all day, which is their ego. But you have to start living from the heart. And this isn't some fucking feminine new age bullshit. Like, this is what people all throughout history have done. The greatest people, they live from the heart. And the funny thing is, you're not going to want to do this. You're not going to want to. Because your mind's going to be resistant. So in a sense, you do want to, but your mind doesn't. Because the ego doesn't want to change. But you're going to do it anyway. Because you know it's good for you. Know what is good for you. No one else knows what's good for you except you. This is why you should not. You have to listen to other people and take in information, but always bring it back to yourself and think for yourself. That's the most important thing, is that you question deeply. Even if you're watching this, question this shit deeply. Very deeply. What I mean by deeply is just say is this true? Is this true in my experience? So are you gonna keep distracting yourself and wasting your potential, wasting your life, watching as the days go by? You stare at your window, you wonder why is my life not what I want it to be? Maybe because you were never living your life in the first place. You need to take that into account. Because your life is important. And yes, in 100 years, no one will remember your life. So your life technically isn't important, but it's valuable. It's extremely valuable. And remember that. Always remember that your life has value. Because you are a part of the universe. Getting to know itself. You are valuable. And this is what brings meaning to your life. So live a life of balance. Always connect with yourself. Think for yourself. Question things. This is why you should go on the retreat. It's like a reset for your whole being. It's so your soul can speak instead of your head. Instead of your mind always speaking, your soul can speak, your heart. And that's the biggest benefit you can get from this. And it's not easy, but it's hard. That's why you should do it. That's all I got. Yeah. Peace.